All right, everyone to your places.
We're ready in here, sir.
How are we in the studio?
Stand by, sir. Get the lights.
Yes, sir. Striking.
Quiet on the set, please. We're on in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Arlington Weekly News, our first show in 2017. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Nolan.
Happy New Year. My name's Adele Quo.
And this is our first show, as mentioned earlier, in 2017. Hope your holidays was safe and you got through it okay. And so far, the year has been great. We're 4 days in.
Pretty warm.
It's been
so
mild,
far.
really, so far.
As
it's
the
been
cold
mild and
creeps
warm.
in.
And we'll see how that goes. But our usual lineup of suspects here tonight, our News and Community Bulletin Board. Adele is here with another edition of
It's Easy Being Green.
Indeed it is. Sounds better when Daniel's here. We miss our
we
friend and
need a
co-anchor
trio.
Daniel here. He's still on assignment in San
Sunny
Diego, so
California.
they say, in sunny Southern California.
Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel, if you're watching. A roll-in from Denise. She's doing her reviews, our news for seniors, and then another roll-in with Leonard is filling in for Miriam, who's away. So that's our show. And before we go, a social media reminder. Do we have time for a social media reminder?
We always have time.
You can
to
check
talk
us out
about
on
that.
YouTube and Facebook. We're out there on for your enjoyment.
We've got YouTube,
and
we've
Facebook,
got Facebook.
And the number
That's
one.
right.
That's
All
right. It's on your screen there.
That's
okay.
right. Woo.
Here we go. The first of our news items, right here off the camera too. Arlington County Board's first board meeting of the year took place on January 3rd. One of the key events was voting on the new board structure. Jay Fissette will be the chairman, county board chair for 2017. Mr. Fissette first joined the board almost 2 decades ago in 1998. He's been a board chair 4 times before. Katie Crystal will be his vice chair. She joined the board in November of last year. The newly formed Joint Facilities Advisory Commission also had their leadership chosen by the board. The board chair is Ginger Bro, and the vice chair is Greg Greeley. Board members for several regional commissions and authorities and councils were also named. You can visit newsroom.arlingtonva.us and then click on Jay Fissette for more information. Adele.
Great. Well, good luck this year.
Good luck, board.
While most of us were reveling or recovering from New Year's or New Year's Eve events, one local family had a disaster. A fire struck their home on the 2400 block of South Nelson Street in Knock. The family escaped, but their puppy died. Now they need help finding a new home and starting over. They did not have renter's insurance. If you want to help, you can donate towards a GoFundMe account set up in their names at www.gofundme.com/helpfamilyrecoverfromfire. Craig.
Terrible thing to have happen, especially around any time, but especially during the holidays. We hope you can help that family out. In other knock-related news, Arlington County plans to build a town square in the center of the community. It will be a central event, a learning and cultural space, which will include public and art information about the history of the Knock neighborhood. At the January 3rd meeting, the final land purchase for the property was approved. After the purchase is finalized, the focus will move to the construction phase, with building expected to begin toward the end of this year. Knock neighborhood was settled by free American in 1840s, in the 1840s, and is one of Arlington's oldest black communities. Adele.
Well, it's January again, and time to think about snow. Here are a few tips from the county in the event of a snow emergency. Be sure to park on odd-numbered sides of your street or the even side if all the street residents agree, so that plows can better navigate the streets. You can find out about the latest closures, cancellations, and delays, including due to inclement weather, at emergency.arlingtonva.us/closings-delays-cancellations. To report any snow issues and for snow service updates, call 703-228-6485. For all your snow emergency related issues and updates, visit emergency.arlingtonva.us/weather/snow-ice. Hopefully you caught all that on the screen. Craig.
Okay, thanks, Adele. We'll be back with our CBB file right after Adele does her first installment of EBG for 2017. Here's
Yay,
Adele with
Easy
another
Being Green.
installment of
It's Easy Being Green.
Finally, we got it out. Here's Adele.
Happy New Year, Arlington, Virginia. Instead of green resolutions this year, which we trust you've made at least one eco-friendly one, Joe Tree Frog and I want to trash talk about pro-plastic Michigan. In 2009, in our area, D.C. enacted a law to ban the distribution of disposable, non-recyclable plastic carry-out bags and set a fee of 5 cents for distribution of all other disposable bags. And 1 year ago, D.C. banned styrofoam food and drink containers. But at the start of 2017, the state of Michigan is banning local governments from banning, regulating, imposing fees, or really doing anything to stop the use of disposable materials like plastic bags, bottles and cups, and other containers such as styrofoam. Yes, let me say it again so it sinks in. Michigan announced a ban on banning plastic bags, so it joins Arizona, Idaho, and Missouri to implement this ban on bans. At a time when governments around the world are banning things that are bad for the planet, and more than 150 municipalities across the country and 2 states have banned the environmentally unfriendly plastic bags or charged fees, Michigan's Lieutenant Governor Brian Kelly signed the bill into law while Governor Rick Snyder was vacationing out of state. Take a good look at the map of Michigan's legal boundaries, which highlights the 3,288 miles of shoreline, more than any other state than Alaska. Michigan's legal boundary does not stop at the shoreline of the 4 Great Lakes that encircle it, but extends into them to include almost 40,000 square miles of water, comprising 40% of Michigan's area. 22 million pounds of non-biodegradable plastic debris enters the Great Lakes annually, eventually breaking down into tiny pieces of microplastics harmful to animals and aquatic life, and therefore possibly harmful to human health. A USGS and State of University of New York at Fredonia study found the highest concentration of microplastics was detected in the Huron River at Ann Arbor, Michigan. Even though scientists warn about plastic pollution, garbage patches in our oceans and our Great Lakes, and plastic bags have become socially unacceptable on par with wearing a fur coat or not cleaning up after your dog, Michigan just took a giant step in the other direction to continue to add to the plastic pollution problem of the Great Lakes. Remember, it's not always easy being green.
What is going on up there in Michigan?
Tell
Sounds
me
like
about
maybe Lieutenant Governor Brian and Governor Rick are not on the same page. Maybe
Really weird direction, I think.
when he gets back from vacation, he might just change everything. We'll see. That's unusual. Thanks, Adele.
You're
Appreciate it. As promised, now here we go. Our CBB file. Well, Arlington needs foster families for children of different ethnicities and cultures, from small children to teenagers, sibling groups, and kids with special needs. To learn more, be sure to attend their next information session, which is coming up Thursday, January 12, from 6:30 to 8:30. For more information, give them a call. Number should be on your screen, 703-228-1550. And for more information in Spanish, 703-228-1550. You can also go online to family.arlingtonva.us/fostercare for more details. Adele.
The 48th annual Martin Luther King Jr. tribute will be held on Sunday, January 15th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. The event will take place in the Wakefield High School Auditorium at 1325 South Dinwiddie Street, Arlington, Virginia. Go to www.eventbrite.com and search for Arlington's MLK Tribute Concert for tickets. The family-friendly performance is produced by the Duke Ellington School and will include music, dance, and spoken word performances. Craig, back to you.
Sounds like a fun event.
Yes.
Great time. All right, well, the actual holiday honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. will be coming up Monday, January 16. Schools, libraries, courts, and government offices will be closed around both the county and around the country. So check that off on your list. Make sure you know about that. Adele.
Great, good. More closings. On Friday, January 13th, it will be Lee Jackson Day. Virginia courts and DMVs will be closed in observance. Craig.
And also in our CBB file, Friday, January 20th is another holiday, this time because of the presidential inauguration. Expect road closures and detours, congestion, and metro changes. Schools will be closed that day. You can visit www.arlingtonalert.com for more information related to the inauguration. And the next day, you may want to carefully consider what you do when you leave the house, because police expect several protests to be taking place in and around D.C. on Saturday, January 21st. So there's a heads up for you on that. Adele.
All right, well, we've got Painting Uncorked. If you haven't had your fill of nights with bubbly and reveling with friends and strangers in a crowded room, then you can continue that vibe with Painting Uncorked. Gallery Underground hosts this monthly painting class with plenty of wine for everyone. This 2-hour class requires zero experience or material. An apron and painting supplies will be provided. You must be 21 or over to participate. Gallery Underground is near Crystal City Metro in the Underground and next to Au Bon Pain. To learn more and buy tickets, visit www.galleryunderground.org/painting-uncorked.
Sounds fun.
Interesting.
Painting
What kind of
Uncorked.
paintings come from that?
There's some interesting paintings there. Opera Nova. Well, we'll be back with, News for Seniors coming up. But we're going to do News for Seniors after we hear from Denise. Is that right?
Yes.
Am I correct?
We want to hear from Denise.
All right. Here's Denise in her review.
Metro Stage has an exciting new gift for its audiences this holiday season. A play by Becky Mode titled Fully Committed. That's a pretentious way for an upper echelon restaurant to say that it is completely booked with reservations. It is a one-man play in which versatile actor Tom Story plays Sam and the 40 other characters who call him while he works the reservation phone lines of an Epicurean hotspot in New York that is fully committed for the next 3 months. It's almost Christmas, and Sam, an actor who supplements his acting income with this job from hell, would rather be anywhere else. His life is in shambles. His partner has moved out, leaving him the whole rent to pay. His mother has recently died, so Dad really hopes he'll be home for Christmas. And an actor friend wants to call him with details of a career that seems to be much faster on track than his own. Of course, a restaurant as popular as this one is getting dozens of calls from self-important clients who don't want to take no for an answer. And then there are the chef, the maitre d', the hostess, and the absent coworker to deal with. Sam juggles the main phone lines by constantly putting them on hold, answers the ominous red wall phone, a direct line to the overbearing chef, and uses his own cell phone as a leak to his personal life, all at a frantic pace. It's this pace and the details that Tom Story puts into each of his characters that amplify the hilarity. One elderly woman, calling in to complain about the portion sizes, the cold food, and the denial of her AARP discount, is depicted by Sam's pushing around a desk chair as if it were a walker. Many other characters are made just as unique and special by the actors' accents and mannerisms. You bond with Sam, the everyman underdog, and you revel in his subsequent victories. The availability of director Alan Paul and Tom Story, and the timely script updates by Becky Mode at this festive time of year are all truly a gift to artistic director Carolyn Griffin. She is graciously sharing it with her audiences through January 8th. Reserve your opportunity to be fully entertained. I'm Denise Pringle for Rich Masabny. Now back to the news.
There we go. Thanks, Denise. We appreciate that. Her reviews are always enjoyable. Thanks, Denise.
Thanks.
Here we go. As promised now, our News for Seniors segment. Opera Nova wants to be the first opera company in the country to create productions for ever-growing, ever-expanding population of seniors. In February 2015, they provided an all-seniors opera performance. The event attracted about 300 seniors. Some came using walkers, some came in wheelchairs, and others were able to attend without a physical barrier. Although most attendees admitted having very little previous exposure to opera, the performance garnered laughter and spontaneous, sustained applause. At the end of the show, the conversations of the departing audience focused on surprise and delight. With the help of Our Savior Lutheran Church and the Arlington County Women's Club, Opera Nova will seek to continue this pursuit with a special presentation they call Winter Concert, a time to love and enjoy winter together. This event will be coming up Thursday, January 26th of this year at 1 in the afternoon. The venue location is Our Savior Lutheran Church. They're located at 825 South Taylor Street here in Arlington. And with more on that, here's Denise.
Adele. But
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay.
Oh, gee whiz. Denise, it's Adele. My bad. Take two.
The performance will include familiar art songs, arias, and selections from the upcoming production of Tree Monisha by Scott Joplin. Performers will include Opera Nova Artistic Director Jose Cecin, Jocelyn Hunt, and Elisa Jenkins. The special guest artist will be the Russian diva Yulia Petrochuk, fresh from her 2016 performance at Carnegie Hall. Reservations are encouraged. Ticket prices are $5, $7, and $10, but additional contributions are welcome. For more information, please call the Opera Nova offices at 703-536-7557. If you are unable to attend but would like to contribute, donations can be sent to Opera Nova, P.O. Box 7057, Arlington, Virginia 22207.
All right. Thanks, Adele. My bad there. Sorry. Okay, we'll be back with a quick bye-bye if we have time here right after Miriam and another installment of Sustainable Scoop. Here's Miriam.
Welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Trash or treasure? Well, here with me today is Phil Bresee, and he is going to tell us about Arlington's trash and waste management. He's the new manager. Welcome to Arlington.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, all right. We already know that Arlington has lots of initiatives in place, but what are we doing right? What's going on here with our waste management?
So I guess one of the programs that we recently implemented that we're pretty excited about is we implemented year-round yard waste collection. And so Arlingtonians probably have got the green carts and those containers.
3 carts now.
Yes, we have 3 carts. The blue cart for recyclables, the black cart for garbage, and then the green cart now for yard waste. And we had previously picked it up on a seasonal basis, but knew that we needed to go year-round if we really wanted to make more of a dent in our waste stream. So the results have been great. We've, in 6 months, collected 5,000 tons of yard waste.
So lots of participation.
Yeah, gotten that out of the disposal stream, and that's helped us save some money through avoided disposal. And again, it's something that I think is also going to be a springboard maybe to some more exciting things down the road.
Yes, and Arlington does have some big plans down the road. Tell us about what happened in 2015.
So in 2015, the county board adopted a zero waste goal, and zero waste it's a kind of a paradigm change in how we look at garbage. And so instead of seeing garbage just as something that we deal with when we're at the end of its life, it it involves us looking at it more as a resource instead of a liability, and there are also programmatic as well as policy implications and things that need to happen in order for that type of plan to really work. And we're actually the first jurisdiction in Virginia to adopt a zero waste plan.
So composting is going really well. What about the blue bins? What about our recyclables? How are we doing?
Doing very well. So the overall residential recycling program, or curbside program, residents are recycling about 50% of their garbage now.
Okay.
And so we're pretty happy about that. And that's about 800 pounds of bottles and cans and paper per year, and about 650 pounds of organic material, of yard waste now per year. So those are pretty significant numbers.
Is that better than the rest of the state?
Oh yeah, and that actually ranks up really high with anybody in the country. So this is something that Arlingtonians have definitely embraced, and I think it's a service that that they're very supportive of, and the results show.
Okay, and we make a little bit of money from that?
So we actually save money, and how we do that is we actually do make a little bit of revenue on the paper, cans, and plastic, the blue bin materials, and we also we pay a processing fee for the yard waste, but that's a lot cheaper than what it would cost us to dispose of that in the landfill or incinerator. So all told, we save, just the residential program saves the county about $700,000 per year.
Well, I know that people want to recycle as much as they can, but there are certain things that are really difficult to recycle and we shouldn't put in the bin. Can you tell me about some of those?
So the biggest no-no are plastic bags, plastic grocery bags.
But I want to recycle them.
Take them back to the store.
Okay.
And the stores actually are set up better to they just bale them at the back and put them on trucks and send them to distribution areas. Plastic bags just don't work well in a residential recovery facility. They shred and they rip and they wrap around all of the moving parts, and the average MRF needs to take about an hour out of every operating shift just so they can remove all the plastic bags.
Time is money, right?
Yeah, time is money. So that's actually one of the worst things to put in the blue bin. Things like polystyrene cups and plates and things like that too. Not recyclable in our program, unfortunately.
So. And the county's made some strides in trying to get businesses to participate as well. I know they're supposed to.
Yeah.
But how are you encouraging them?
So yeah, businesses have had to recycle since 1993, I think, and we have an ordinance on the books that allows us to issue fines if they're not in compliance with county code. We prefer the soft touch approach, and we prefer to help the businesses with technical assistance and materials such as recycling bin labels and flyers that they can use and that they can distribute to employees and things like that. We think helping them and facilitating them is better than bringing the hammer down.
Oh, so. You're welcome to deputize me. I would be more
All
than
right,
happy
you're
to
hired.
help. I'll call you.
Okay.
All right, so what's on the horizon for the future?
So the County Board adopted the Zero Waste Plan in 2015, so we're going to be gearing up to really start that process next year. We're sort of in the planning phase right now, and really will be kicking off in force in 2017. And we're so happy with the yard waste program that probably in the next year and a half we'll be looking at adding food waste to that program, mixing in food waste with yard waste. And so right now the processing infrastructure just is not there. There's nobody that can process the amount of stuff that Arlington would generate, but hopefully in about another year or so that will come to fruition.
And needless to say, it's important because Arlington continues to grow.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So if people wanted to learn more about your programs, or when leaf collection is, or Christmas trees are picked up, or e-waste, how do they find out?
Easiest way is just to go to www.arlingtonva.us and look for my agency, which is the Solid Waste Bureau.
Okay, and you came to us from where?
From Philadelphia, and before that, Broward County, Florida.
Okay, so you've got lots of experience, and you're going to use it here in Arlington.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I want to thank you so much for your time and your choice of career, and I certainly hope that you'll spend some of your energy at the schools. They could use a little help as well.
Definitely, we're looking forward to that.
All right, thanks so much,
sure,
Phil.
thank you.
Come back and see us again.
I will.
And I want to thank you, viewers, for watching The Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. And actually, I want to thank you for listening as well. Back to the news desk.
All right, and we're back. Thanks, Miriam.
Thanks, Miriam.
Talking with Phillip Bresee about management
And
and
environmental,
environment.
yes.
That would be environmental management. Thanks. We appreciate your efforts, Miriam. And that's about a wrap for this edition of the Arlington Weekly News, our first show in 2017.
New year.
What is Joe Treefog doing? He's in the can.
Yes.
Well, you know,
The ban and banning. The plastic bag ban.
what is wrong with them? What's going on up in Michigan?
This
Why would
is
they do
crazy.
that? I don't understand that. But
Kind of a weird start.
anyway, we hope you enjoyed watching us here. And 2017 is just ahead of us, and the inauguration as well is coming up. So we hope you survive all of that and come back and join us in. Well, we've got a couple of weeks here, but next week, if you're out there, we'll be here and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week. Take care. Bye-bye.